What's going on, babe?
Hey, babe, how was your day?
It was actually pretty productive. Happy to be home.
Good. You know, we got a game today. Honey, a little rough around the edges.
I'm saying, I've been working all night, taking care of business, getting to the... You know what? I don't even want to talk about it. I got you. I'm not trying to be out here looking like a dusty, and that's why I'm excited to have Teach Hanley as a sponsor of today's video. They help me start and maintain my skincare routine by making the entire process uncomplicated. Honestly, it's the best skincare system for guys like you and me. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which come with all of the basics: a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin, a 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun, and a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. My favorite part about Teach Hanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teach Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price and the ability to customize your box. And because Teach Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal. Just click the first link in the description. You'll get 30% off your first box plus a free gift. Click the link and get started today. We're taking care of ourselves. Self-care, fellas, is the first step to be able to get to that bag, to take care of business, and be on top of things and level up in every aspect of your life. Feel the Teach, my friends. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for being here with me, friends, to the Millionaire Morning Show. We are going to cook today. First, let me give a shout out to the sponsor, Teach Hanley. 30% off your first order plus a free gift, uncomplicated skincare for men. Uncomplicated skincare for men. If you don't have that Teach pack, ladies and gentlemen, let me encourage you to go ahead and click the link in the description. Support the sponsor because the sponsor has been holding me down and all of my friends that rock with me down extensively. Secondly, we're going to go ahead and get the housekeeping out of the way. Make sure that you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to Fight Club. We got that popping tomorrow night. Yesterday, I want to give a shout out to my host, Q, for the Q&A show that we've recently launched. 2 episodes in. Did one yesterday. Absolutely lit. Everybody continues to support the platform. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for all of the Cash Apps, the Super Chats, the PayPals, the supporting of the platform. Y'all love Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I'm not even going to kid. I'm not even going to kid you. Y'all absolutely love and support me. So I have to give a special shout out to my bag chasers. Everybody that's in the Patreon, everybody that shows up to the meetup, went to Houston, Atlanta, Los Angeles, DC, Miami, Las Vegas. Next, we're going to probably be going to the New York, New Jersey area. You heard it here first. That official announcement will be in the Patreon today, as well as all the work that you guys are doing, all of the coaching that you guys are doing. Q is on me. All of the ladies of Wakanda are on me about making sure that I update the date for the 4th of the series. I just dropped the Patreon exclusive video yesterday, but the 4th iteration of the series that we're doing, in which we're building a new business from the ground up, and I'm teaching you guys everything involved in that. And then we've already secured the budget. We've already, picked the location. We've already mined down exactly what the concept is. The whole thing, the whole 9 yards. So shout out to the Patreon members. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I appreciate you guys for continuing to do the work and participate as we continue to ascend up the ladder. Y'all waiting for the messy. I know what y'all doing. But let me first give you a little bit of good for you to take along with you. Shout out to J Ben. J Ben says, just blessing the curse jar early for filter-free cooking. Listen, I try within me, everything within me to try to go about doing things the right way and not curse, because I don't feel like cursing is bad. But the people that are around me, like, Anton, you have to improve. You have to be better. Please don't curse. And I'm like, yo, cursing is not necessarily a bad thing, but we're always going to continue to be the best version of ourselves because I'm going to tell you exactly why we want to do this. Because bag chasing, anybody that's a part of the bag chasers, you understand that really bag chasing has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with doing the thing that makes you the best version of yourself, which makes you a better version of us, which feeds into your family. And when you become the best version of yourself, we know that all of the other things come along with it. And so there's a misconception of what bag chasing is and why I label us bag chasers. Because I'm really just pushing you guys to get everything up out of you to make sure that you're not leaving anything on the table. That's really what it comes down to. I want you to be the best version of yourself. I'm not trying to get you to try to be happy or be content or be comfortable or living your best life or living your truth. No, there's only one truth. We don't care about happiness because it's subjective. We only care about growth, and growth comes from being comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's the whole concept behind being a bag chaser. So if you're not a part of the Patreon, if you haven't booked me for a session, in which you can contact me at antondaniels413@gmail.com, or you can go to my website and click the link, and then you can email me from the email client that pops up. If you have not kicked it with me, and listen, one of the benefits of rocking with me is that I'm gonna be absolutely transparent. A, about my intentions, B, about exactly what I'm doing, and C, about what my life is really like, because you need to understand why we leapfrogging off of the information that I'm giving you. I show you my W-2s in the Patreon. I show you why it's important for you to work for startups, because I've done it. I show you why it's important for you to get into corporate America. I've done it. Building businesses, I've done it. Anybody can go and get an LLC. Anybody can go and open up a business. Anybody can be the CEO of their own mind. But there's a difference between opening up a business and looking at things from a business perspective. And this is what we teach. This is why we put together this whole group. It's not just teaching. It's a network. It's an entire group of people that's going in a certain direction. And that's why I built this whole community. One person at a time with you. I fly to your cities. I meet with you because I genuinely care about your well-being. I want you to win. And how many people can say that to you? How many people can advocate for you? How many people are putting you in a position of power? How many people are creating and using their platforms to put you on? Not a lot. There are some. Not a lot. How many people are claiming to be pro-black, but they know nothing about and do nothing for the people that they advocate for? Because I don't even align myself based off of the color. I'm pro-success. I'm a capitalist. And I'm a remix version of the capitalist because, to be honest with you, and y'all don't even know this, we're going to get into Kev. Don't worry about it. We're going to get into Kev. That's coming. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and switch my glasses right now. To be honest with you, businessmen, and I've seen it, are the most ruthless people in the world. It ain't your current gang member. It ain't none of that. It ain't the dude that's on the corner slinging rocks. Nope. Contrary to popular belief. It ain't the tough talker. Nope. It ain't even a clout chaser. Nah. Businessmen are the most ruthless people in the world. Slightly above your local politician. And so what we're doing is we're doing it differently because I'm telling you that character means just as much as getting to the money. Because money don't make you a better person. It makes you more of what you already are. If you a scumbag, If you're a scumbag, and this is partially one of the reasons why I feel like people that live within their righteousness, that do the right thing, often at times they don't become successful. They don't become successful. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when you start praying for money or when you start advocating for success, God makes sure that you're going to get it the right way, because you're not going to do it in his name and be a scumbag as a result of it. First, be faithful over little, and then he'll make you rule over much. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything else will be added unto you. And so anybody can get money, but very few people can actually get it the right way. Very few people have the character to go along with it. And so when you live in righteousness, often at times there's a different set of rules and a certain barrier that come with it. It ain't that God don't want you to be successful. The reality is that God wants you to be successful the right way. So nobody can take it from you. You can't come back and embarrass people. You can't come back and then say, well, it's Christians that's always doing the bad stuff. No, you can't do it. If you're going to do it this way, if you're going to get it this way, you're going to do it the way Anton say you're going to do it. Or you can go and do it that other way. But it don't fly that way, because character is the thing that keeps you on your ascendance. Character is the thing that keeps you as you continue to go up. It's the thing that prevents the temptation. It puts you in the right circles. It weeds out and filters all of the people that's trying to do the worst things for you. And so when you pray, stop praying for money. Stop praying for stuff. Stop praying for a wife or a husband. And just pray for good character. Pray to become the best version of yourself. Continue to do the work, because faith without works is dead. So any preacher that's preaching to you saying, yo, all you got to do is have the faith of the mustard seed. Nah, because faith without works is dead. As a matter of fact, works is the manifestation. It shows that you have the faith. And you'll get everything you need. And you got all of the tools within you to be able to be just as successful as the guy that's next to you. I've already proved it with my own life. So stop thinking that you're less than. Stop feeling as though you got to do it the wrong way. Stop living in this world in which you look all around you and you think that just because they flaunting it on Instagram, that's a reality. It's not. This is reality. Bag chasers, unite. I love you. I appreciate you. Link is in the description, as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I got some cooking to do today. Let me go ahead and get to the super chats before we get cooking today. Whoo, it's going to be a good day. King of the Food Network says, are you coming to Charlotte, North Carolina? Should I come to Charlotte, North Carolina? I have no problem coming to Charlotte, North Carolina. As a matter of fact, I coach some people in Charlotte, North Carolina. So, baby, add that to the list, please. Cousin Joey says, KS Passing has brought out the most nasty behavior I have seen on social media. I agree, Christians alike, and we're going to deal with them appropriately, because it's not just Jamal Bryant that we have to bring to the front of the congregation, in which I extend him grace because he apologized. He actually came on and apologized. He's one of the first ones. He didn't double down like Vivica Fox. He actually apologized. Shout out to Stacy. Ruben says, showing support for my dog. Much love and appreciation to the hardest working man on YouTube. I agree. Thank you, Stacy. Angel says, just secured a new job, doubling my salary. The interview tips from the Patreon landed me the job just after the first interview because they liked me so much. Don't miss out on that Patreon level gang. Shout out to Angel for landing the new job. Can we get a congratulations for Angel? Because we don't want to skip over the good stuff. We highlight so much of the bad. We certainly not going to skip over the good stuff. We like to have balance. There's a balance. Shout out to Angel for winning on the highest level possible and getting that bag. Javorce Lee says, do the people who are speaking ill of Kevin Samuels realize they're being hypocrites? They preach forgiveness and turning the other cheek, but do the opposite. Oh, don't worry. See, y'all thought that just because he's cheeky, he's a little awkward, because he does things the right way and he professes himself to be a Christian, which I believe that he is, because Christians aren't perfect, right? Christians don't make all of the right moves and all of the right decisions. Shout out to Kingdom Minded 1121. Do you think a Michigan meetup will not be lit? No, it's not that. It's that I waited to move to the East Coast and the Midwest because I wanted the weather to change. Don't worry, I'm from Michigan. We gonna get it in, baby. Trust me, we gonna get it in, kingdom minded. I promise you. But just because he's a little cheeky, right? And he's one of those guys that grandma used to grab him by his cheeks and say, "Oh, come on, baby." And they used to make him dance in front of the company. Listen, I don't know how familiar y'all are with the church. I really don't. I'm not sure how familiar y'all are with the church. But let me help you to understand. Listen, back in the day, when you was church folk, especially in a black church, I already broke it down for you how we shout in the black church. I mean, you shout till you die. You sweat that suit out. That K&G suit that y'all got, you shout that suit off. Everything. And you better make sure you took a bath before you went to church that day, because all of that little dirt around your little neck is going to show on your suit if you ain't got your bath right. Get you a bath, get in the shower, wash the dirt and grime off. Don't just go hooping in and go to church, because we're going to have a problem. Because when you start sweating and it get hot in there, especially when they ain't got no air conditioner in the summer, and they telling you to come to church anyway, it's going to be a problem. Straight up. But KevOnStage, we all like Kev. I mean, he's a wholesome guy, right? Married, kids. And this live stream, let me preface this by saying that the people that I deal with in this live stream, I'm dealing with them and the message and the thing that they're conveying. Content creators are not above it. Just because you're nice and fat and cheeky don't mean that you're above getting dealt with appropriately. You have to be responsible for your words in the same way that I have to be responsible for mine. People have made hundreds of reaction videos and talking about me, and I'm like, okay, cool, get it in, do what you do. Shout out to Brock. He says, keep preaching, Pastor Daniels, dropping my ties off and off. Shout out to you, big dog. Shout out to you, big dog. But I'm just saying, like, he's a nice, cheeky guy. He has a huge following. But then it's not enough to be just nice and cheeky, and he's created his own lane. Let me give KevOnStage some props first. I mean, the dude has always pretty much been just like a wholesome dude. You know, the jokes are hit or miss, but that's what any comedian, and so we don't care about that. Most often, just like on the other side of the fence where you have the 5150, you know what I'm saying? If you know what 5150 is, you know what it is. Corey Holcomb. On the other side, you know that there's a certain demographic that gravitates to that level of comedy. And then KevOnStage is a completely different beast. I kind of put him in the same vein or the same lane as Country Wayne. As far as he don't cuss, church dude, Jesus is popping, you know, wholesome guy. I'm sure if you ever met him in person or you went to one of his shows, you can even bring your kids. Like, maybe, who knows? Like, really nice, seem like a nice guy. But the problem with a lot of these nice guys, is that they're some of the weakest men on earth. Some of the weakest men on earth. Take, for example, a woman that he does a show with, and I'm assuming that he put her on, and her name is That Chick Angel. That Chick Angel. Now, That Chick Angel is, you know I'm going to mine this out. You know I'm going to break this all the way down. This is not just going to be a reaction video. I don't do reactions. I do breakdowns. Breakdowns are different. Breakdowns, just 1000% deep dives into the foundation of how we got here. And then we go on. And then we go on to have a conversation about what the grievance is. But That Chick Angel, this is her with the ashy lips. Now, if you look at some of her content, because I never knew who she was, but she threw a little dart at me unknowingly, right? See, you got to be careful. Let me say this. You have to be careful who you say things about and when you say them. Because I never knew anything about this chick. From what I can tell, she has a wholesome marriage. kids, nice guy, all of that. And again, we leave spouses and children out of the conversation because this has nothing to do with them. She's a content creator that decided to open her mouth. KevOnStage also, he enabled her and he supported her narrative and judgment. But see, when people send me stuff and they say, well, Anton, they mentioned your name. And I'm like, oh, wow, they must have said something good. And then they saying negative things, not only about Kev, but they throw a little dart here and there. I said, you know what? Should I turn the other cheek and let them do that to me too? No. Listen, I'm not that type of Christian. The same way that I explained to y'all that there's different businessmen. Let me go back to a little cheeky over here. The same way that I described to y'all that there's different types of businessmen, there's different types of content creators. And then there's different types of Christians. We're not a monolith. Nope, we're not a monolith. See, I'm God's darkest angel. Rita went and got my black robe. I had the red robe on yesterday because we had to get some blood in the streets. I had to deal with police, Patrice colors and Black Lives Matters, right? And I wanted to get away from this, right? But y'all just keep on pulling me back in. I started going back into the money. I said, let's follow the money and talk about Black Lives Matters and Patrice colors. I had something completely different planned for y'all for the rest of the week. And then y'all sent me the clip and keep sending me the clips. Keep emailing me. Keep emailing me and sending me those clips. Keep DMing me on Instagram and sending me the stuff that y'all think makes the most sense. Some of it don't make sense and some of it makes sense. So I was about to get back to the money. And then little cheeky here just pulled me right on back into the fold. But we different types of Christians because I'm God's darkest angel. I'm not here to water wave for you and make you feel good and tell you the thing that makes you happy and smile. And look at this nice, wholesome comedy bit that I'm doing here, guys. That's not me. I'm here to rearrange the furniture, to get things back in order. There's different types of angels. Did y'all know that? You got cherubims. You got dark angels, such as myself. I'm God's darkest angel here on earth, here to do the bidding. I'm here to clean up the tabernacle. Well, let me revise that. I'm here to clean up the fucking tabernacle because y'all out here putting a bad name on Christians. Yes, yes, yes. Me too. I've studied the scriptures. I have. And they're not to be interpreted the way that you interpret them, how you live your life. Because supposedly these type of Christians should not feel comfortable speaking this negatively about a man and his death, especially when their family is still grieving. So now I got to come. I got to put things back in place, set it in order, similar to how they do on Marvel. I'm resetting the timeline. I don't know if y'all have ever seen Lucky or Loki, Doctor Strange, any of that. Y'all familiar with the Avenger? Don't worry about it. We're resetting the timeline. We're putting things back in order so that Kang don't come and take over and destroy everything. Because when you start finding people that are supposed to be of the cloth acting like people of the world, everything is out of order and nothing is in balance. So we're gonna figure it out today, guys. Hey, little cheeky, we're gonna figure it out today, guys. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. We's gonna get yous in order today, boss. So shout out to the super chats. Let me get to some of these before we get started. Anton, thank you for pointing this out. The church has produced some of the most weakest men, and I was one. Now that I'm a senior pastor, my goal is to change the mindset of the men I pastor. Thank you, RJF, for being a stand-up dude and helping us to understand that it ain't just being a weak simp. Like a little cheeky here. Shout out to Bruh Need Love too. It is time for KevOnStages and that chick Angel's Lumps too. They are not above reproach. None of us are. Myself included. None of us are. Shout out to Viper Black says the only man that truly invests into us. Thank you. You welcome, big dog. I got your back. DeWitt Stamper says appreciate you for the knowledge. You're welcome, big dog. I love you. I appreciate you too. Joe, I appreciate you, Joe. You're the ghost of Kevin Samuels for real, bro. That's a compliment. A lot of women, it's a lot lot of modern women in my DMs lately. I promise you. It's some modern women in my DM. You know what they saying to me, y'all? Maybe my gaydar is off because, I thought she was gay after rocking with Kevin Samuels, but I see you got a wife. Maybe you bisexual. Sign language? Sign language? The name calling, the insults, the DMs persist. No worries. No worries. We're going to cook today. Demetrius Roper says, I was doing some research on motorcycles, pros and cons, and man, did it surprise me to hear your voice. Yes. Yes, I've been all over. I've done a lot of things in my life, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm definitely all over the map. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yo, maybe one day I'll pick some of the most egregious things. Maybe that'll be like a Saturday show or something, or a Friday show. I'll pick some of the most egregious things that's said to me in my DMs from some of these modern women, and we'll highlight it. We'll talk about it. Maybe my gaydar was off, but I thought she was gay since she was riding with Kevin Samuels. Girl, if you don't get that lace front wig up out of my DMs and get on somewhere, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Today, I think it's crazy too, Azriel, because you met me in person and ain't a gay bone in my body. Ain't a gay bone in my body. So, let's get back to Kev, right? Now, there was a video, and let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys before we get into it. Because there was a video that surfaced that you guys sent me apparently. And this is her. This is her. This is she. That chick Angel. Now again. And shout out to Froster Scott said, I was just starting to like him. And then he did this. Well, listen. Don't not like him. First make an informed decision. And I'm not telling you to cancel him. I'm just telling you that all of us make mistakes and we need to be brought to the front of the congregation, right? So y'all sent me this clip and I want to give you a little bit of a preview of what was said, right? Let me remove that a little bit. I want to give you a little bit of a preview of what was said and then we gonna mine through it. Shout out to Big Pete DC says, shout out to Shanice watching you live with me today. What up, Shanice? What's up, baby girl? What's up, little lady? Shanice was so dope. Shout out to Shanice watching you live with me today. Shout out to Shanice. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of preview, and then we're going to go back in time. Because this woman right here, this is not the first time or the second time or the third time that she's ever said something about Kevin Samuels, but we had to uncover it because you guys sent me a decent amount of content. Now, I want to give you a foundation of who we dealing with here. Again, KevOnStage, pretty wholesome guy, comedian, Christian guy, apparently by all means, as much as we know. And then you have a co-host here, and I guess this is his friend, as he indicated in this. But this is him speaking specifically about finding out about Kevin Samuels passing. Now, this is just a preview. We're going to come back to this, but I want to give you a little bit of insight of what's happening here.
Last night, most of yesterday, self-proclaimed image consultant Kevin Samuels was rumored to be gone on to meet him.
Mm-hmm. Self-proclaimed. Now you see, listen, pay attention to the small little shots that's being thrown by Kev that he incentivizes his modern co-host to go ahead and trampoline off because he knows that she don't like him and neither do he. But he don't want to just come out directly and say it. And this is what Christians do. They throw little pot shots here and there. They throw little pot shots. Oh, it gets worse. We're not even going to get into the whole video yet, but I just want to give you a preview of what people sent me. Now, if this is a deep fake, then tell me it is. Somebody tell me it is, but no worries. Let's continue.
I was on set and I seen it on Twitter because I had a lighter day yesterday as far as like actually being on camera. Mm-hmm. So I saw,
Don't
I
smile.
saw the reports.
Don't
the
smile.
rumors. And there's a lot of different facets of this, but we'll start with how it unfolded for me. So,
It's gonna be good. Don't worry.
it was just rumored by random Twitter accounts.
Facts.
Saying Kevin Samuels died.
Facts.
What do? Always name Google News.
So he went to Google.
Going for credible articles.
He went to Google
Name
Kev.
Google News, right? It ain't coming up.
Right.
Okay. And so I'm like, dang.
Google don't care about that. Good.
Yeah, Google was
You see her throwing shots already? Bro, it get ugly. You see her throwing shots already. It's going to get real nasty. It's going to get real Vivica Fox up in here. I guarantee you. I promise you by the end of the time that I break down this video, it's going to get real Vivica Fox. And ain't even going to get Shaba Ranks no more. Shaba. It's going to get real Vivica Lisa Ray Diamond from the Players Club up in here. It's going to get ugly. But don't worry. And he acting like he don't know who Kev is, but we going to revisit this conversation, right? Right after I go back in time and I show you that, oh, they genuinely do know who Kevin is. But don't worry. Don't worry. Let's continue. Listen, I'm here to clean house.
It's like, who?
Who?
Kevin Federline?
Right.
Kevin
Debo
Federline.
Samuels?
If you ain't talking about Kevin Hart, we don't know what black man
know
you're
that.
talking about.
So I was like, man. So then I saw
What hate? Really, KevOnStage? Well, okay. Well, let's see. Let's see something really quickly. Because this came out. Hold on. Let me make sure I know what I'm doing. This came out May 7th. This video came out May 7th. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's do a little bit of deep diving. Let's do a little bit of deep diving. Because I'm looking at this video right here, right? And this video is saying that it came out, this one right here is March 9th. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I am a C student, but they tell me that March comes before May, and then there's an April in between. I don't know. I think I had a birthday around that time, but correct me if I'm wrong. They tell me March comes before May, and they were talking about a woman asking to pay a man $50,000 for child support for having a child. And we're going to go through this video too, because I want to give you a foundation of this modern woman and this simp that continues to enable her. We're going to break this down. Okay, cool. This is March.
in my mind, people are like, man, child support, this and that, child support, this and that. I've always felt like if you're actually married and in the home, you pay child support would be less.
Oh, no. Let me rewind it. I'm
what-
sorry. Let me get to the beginning.
This is just quite a story. And because Angel is a woman, I feel like I want to hear this point of view. Angel is a high earning woman. Shouts to Kevin Samuels. But no,
What did he say? Wait a minute.
Because we don't want to shout.
Wait. He said shout outs to Kevin Samuels? Did he say that Angel is a high earning woman? Shout outs to Kevin Samuels. Let me rewind that really quickly just to make sure that we heard what he said. Okay, cool. Let me rewind it.
This is just quite a story. And because Angel is a woman, I feel like I want to hear this point of view. Angel is a high earning woman. Shouts to Kevin Samuels. But no shouts to Kevin Samuels because we don't want to shout.
Let's not
shout
co-sign
outs
that
to
man.
the-
She's an
whatsoever.
alpha.
Did KevOnStage just say we don't want to shout out to Kevin Samuels? So if you don't rock with him, then what makes you think that it's necessary to speak on him in his death? I promise you, anybody that I don't rock with, I'm not going to have a conversation about his death. So he said, shout out to Kevin Samuels. And then he said, no, don't shout out to Kevin Samuels because we don't want to shout him out. This is while he was still alive. Cool. Let's rewind it one more time because I want you to get the full context of how she then reacts when he says that. But okay, let's continue.
To Kevin Samuels. But no shouts to Kevin Samuels because we don't want to shout.
Let's
No
not
shout
co-sign
outs
that
to
man.
the-
She's an
whatsoever.
alpha
Female.
woman.
She
She's
is.
an alpha wolf woman. All right, listen to this, Angel. I'm going to read this to the people of the world.
Come on.
This is a
Interesting. So in this video, we're going to continue, right? I'm going to mine it through. I'm going to scrub through it really quickly because we don't want to hear a whole bunch of nonsense and reading. But the premise of the conversation is that a woman is asking a man for $50,000 in order for her to have his child. They're in a relationship. They're intimately together. He wants to have a kid. She wants to have a kid. And she's asking him, this is the title of it, woman asks man to pay $50,000 for having a child. Now, why am I explaining this to you? Because I want you to see the type of man that he is and the type of modern woman that she is. So I'm going to scrub through this really quickly. Really quickly.
Off is something she's very.
He reading it.
So that was a big thing.
Hold on.
I would have broached it virtually married.
$1,000 to compensate her for loss of salary for 6 to 12 months as a result of having our child. Your
Strong
thoughts,
enough
Angel.
to bear the children, and get back to business. I'm here for it.
Are you?
I am, because their relationship is very like, you know, it doesn't have any legal confines to it.
So she's here for it. Not a very funny comedian as far as I've seen so far, but she's an advocate for this type of behavior. A man having to pay a woman in order for her to have his child. This is the type of woman it is, right? Now, the only reason I want to continue with this video is because I want you to hear his reaction to it also. I don't really care about what she has to say. It doesn't mean anything to me because I want to get back to the meat of the conversation as far as how they've been operating and how these people operate within our society, as far as them, supposed two Christians, her sitting there with the cross right behind her, wanting to throw shots when a man passes, that they clearly had animosity for prior to having a conversation about him passing. Interesting. So I'm going to scrub through it a little bit more.
You know, we're spirit. Our child, that's not going to sit well with me.
Right.
So let's come up with a number that you're going to transfer.
Well, it's not broke. It's just a loss of income. Because she hitting that 175.
What'd you say? What it was?
She hitting that 175.
It's
usually
how much she make.
Yeah,
so she feel like when
she lost but not broke.
She gonna feel broke though. If you because of having the child, you are now at a loss of income. Go ahead and pay me.
So this is the type of woman it is, right? She's saying, yo, I'm having your child. I want you to pay me. This is simp behavior. But okay, let's continue and let's see what KevOnStage, because he's been participating in this type of behavior for a long time.
Go ahead and pay me. But this is the benefit. When people be talking about, I don't believe in marriage. You ain't got to have a...
I was joking about the lawyer thing, but not joking. This is what my emails be feeling like when my lawyer is breaking down like a full contract into like digestible bites. Because you know, legal stuff, they write it in legalese on purpose to throw you off.
Yes,
if you're not
absolutely.
a lawyer. So your lawyer be like, all right, here's what they're really saying.
Cool.
Here's the two schools of thought. Me, Kevin, with her, Lissa, I would be taken aback, right? But that's under our marriage circumstances where we have joint, we've had from the beginning,
Come on,
joint,
get to it.
What you call it?
Accounts,
Joint accounts. We share in the bills, we share in the stuff. You know, we always have our own money, but you know, there's basically a bill account. Our money goes into it, and then we both have had our own separate accounts as well. But when deciphering how I feel about a subject, I often go to how their setup is. Now, a lot of people have separate accounts.
Yeah.
But theirs is a very detailed, like,
yes.
so do I. And what I feel like is this is untraditional for me, but this doesn't sound that off base from what he said, like he set up their relationship as.
Yeah.
Right? Now, it probably sounds a little different, but if y'all have everything separate,
on,
y'all
man.
social contract or y'all marriage contract is set up,
Let me see
technically,
if I can rewind it a little
half
bit.
the loss of income.
I am saying you're going to be we going go.
This is what my emails be feeling like with my lawyer. You know, there's from what you live in the home, you end up paying. They ain't even know your body. Your body open up. Your body's forever changed. Yeah, it open up.
Body open up.
Babies be this big, right? This come out the coochie.
The coochie be like,
Okay.
And the coochie be like, hold on, I got to open up.
Then it be like,
That's
And then
nice.
it go back.
So
Right?
this is the
come
type
out-
of simp behavior that we see. Men enabling women that feel comfortable enough to say this around them and feel empowered when they support this narrative. Right with the cross right behind them. That's cool. No worries. So let's do a little bit of a deep dive into who she is. Because I said, you know what? I want to know who this woman is. Hoppo, who this woman? So KevOnStage is a pretty big guy and he's putting her on and whatever, so on and so forth. So this is that chick Angel, right? This is that chick Angel. Shout out to Jay Lyons, Conditional Christians. We're going to get into the actual video that was said about Kev specifically, but this is her, right? I want you to see, right? Funny, inspirational, comedian, wife, mom, boss, right? This is her. This is all her, right? This is her. This is everything you ever wanted in a woman, ladies and gentlemen. Everything you've ever wanted in a woman. The twerking, all of that. Listen, maybe you're a comedian. Let's see who she is. I'm just pick a random video, completely random. I pulled up her Instagram profile. I've never seen any of her content. Completely random. We're going to just pick one and see who she is, right? Looks like she's doing the splits right here. Let's see who this is. Oh, hold on, man. We don't want to hear the sound. This is her. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. How I keep things spicy, I guess, in her marriage. One more time for the good time. Okay. Weaving and sandaling it up. Let's see what she got to say to us.
Venting Anna on Netflix. If you don't know the show, it's about this German Russian girl who came to New York and conned a bunch of people out of their money.
Okay, girl.
After watching all of it, I am sure confused. I don't understand why people have so much.
We know that she has a Bonnet Chronicles. We know that she moving. She out here. She doing what she do. Whatever. All of that, right? We know. Don't y'all be mean talking about what's so spicy about that. Listen. We see who she is now, right? Now we have some context. We know who KevOnStage is. We know he is super simp. We know he'll never hold women accountable. We know he's a Kevin Samuels hater, undercover, that won't actually come out and say it, but he'll support it under the guise of modern women that say it and then empower them on his platform. No control, simp life. This is how Christian men usually operate, right? We know this. This is normal. This is not out of the ordinary. Okay, so now that we know who this chick Angel is, and we are already familiar with Kev, I want to mine through and I want to go back and remember the different types of videos that they've had conversations on as far as them saying that they don't rock with Kevin Samuels. So we're going to go ahead and break it down. This is a couple months after, May 7th, just recently. And see, I'm confused because I don't understand how y'all continue to let this type of behavior fly under the radar. How do y'all? How is this possible? How does this not get past me, but it get past everybody else? Is it that you guys continue to align yourself with people that you like and you don't want to hold them accountable also? No worries. We're going to have the conversation. Shout out to Michael Johnson. Says over 80% of his base consists of Black Christian women. Makes sense now. Sort of like the church. He's openly stated he will pander to his village because they pay his bills. Now, I don't know how true that is, but Michael Johnson, if he said that, then that is disturbing, my friend. It is absolutely disturbing. So let's break down the video. This is them specifically speaking on Kevin Samuels' passing. The simp and the modern woman together forever.
Last night, most of yesterday, self-proclaimed image consultant Kevin Samuels was reported.
Man, if you don't put some respect on that man's name.
Rumored to be gone on to meet him. I was on set and I seen it on Twitter because I had a lighter day yesterday as far as like actually being on camera. So I saw,
it's so disturbing. It is. It is so disturbing because they're going to drag this out. They're dragging it out for content. And he's trying to break down how he found out. Now, watch the shade. We already seen plenty of shade being thrown. And these are your Christians that you support and you love so much. Good, wholesome content.
I saw the reports. I mean, the rumors. And there's a lot of different facets of this, but we'll start with how it unfolded for me.
Now, keep in mind, they're talking about a man's death. They're talking about a man's death. Look at the title. Let's look at the title one more time. Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. These are Christians. Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. Christians are saying this. You don't say. We wonder why people don't want to go to church. No worries. No worries.
So,
Put myself in the middle.
it was just rumored by random Twitter accounts.
Uh-huh.
They saying Kevin Samuels died. So what do? Always Google news, right? It ain't coming up.
Right.
Okay. And so I'm like, dang.
Google don't care about that.
Yeah, Google was like,
Oh, was that the N-word? Was that the N-word, Angel? Was that the N-word, devil? Was that the N-word? Ooh, she said Google don't care about that. Google don't care about that. Interesting. Very interesting. Shout out to Brock. He says, dudes use that term, I feel like, makes me cringe every time and show me that they don't think in logic and principles. Shaking my head, dudes need guidance. He needs guidance. Shout out to Just V. Says, ring that school bell, time to teach, break down their pettiness. I had to unsubscribe from Kev's channel. Shout out to Just V for supporting the platform. Chris Sadler says, that chick is the personification of when a hit dog hollers. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Yeah, you come here, little boo, boo, boo. I want to squeeze her cheeks. They so fat. Don't worry about it. We going to continue.
like who? Kevin Federline?
Right.
Debo Samuels?
Like, if you ain't talking about Kevin Hart, we don't know what black man you're talking about.
The shade. The shade room. Very interesting. I'm very curious as to why nobody was able to notice this.
So I was like, man. So then I saw, I won't say less credible sites, but I'll say small blog pages, right? That started reporting it. And then it was like, friend of the family, Anton something.
Really? Bro, if you don't put some respect on my name and say my whole name, you know what I'm saying, Rita? Don't you say Anton something. You let me live in my Christian. Don't you ever. You know what my name is. He went to my Instagram and gonna try to DM me. You know what I'm saying? He gonna try to fam, please don't try to confirm with me. I just ain't give him no time of day. I ain't want to respond to him. So I said, all right, cool, no worries. We gonna keep it moving. You know who my name is. Why you all on my story in my page? Why you all on my story talking about Anton something? What you on my story for then, fam? Why y'all trying to act like y'all know who I am? You better put some respect on my name. You better say my first and my last name, and you better say from AntonDaniels.com. What the f? Christopher Blake coming in late, but nah, if he's doing what you say, we dropping out of dealing with homeboy. Put some respect on our brother's name. And Ned Martin says, just unsubscribe to both of them. Alvin S says, lighter day references sounds like his menstrual cycle. Oh boy, if you don't put some respect on Anton from Anton Day. And then he gonna have a name to say it again. And then look, watch her. Check it out.
Said he died.
Antoine.
To me, that is
Anton.
there's no validity to.
But girl, Greta, I'm about to go Super Saiyan in a minute. Honey, can you please go get me my red robe? We're going blood red today. Can you please grab my red robe? Because you better put some respect on Anton from AntonDaniels.com's name out here in these streets. I'm heavy in these YouTube streets.
To that because I don't know his friends or family.
Wait a minute, Ashley said, Google said, booty tank.
Hey, girl. Yes, it is. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all got to give me a second. Y'all got to give me 1 second. I got to do a wardrobe change. This is going to get real Vivica Fox in here today. I can't believe it. What in the devil possessed them to ever say something like that? Now, I know the people wondering, they said, Anton, why you got to get up to do a wardrobe change? Anton, why you got to get up and do a wardrobe change? Because I ain't got no bottoms on, fam. I ain't got no bottoms on. And it's about to get ugly in here. I don't have no bottoms on. I'm going to just tell you right now. I don't have any bottoms on, and it's about to get real Vivica Fox, Diamond from the Players Club in here. Derek T says, been watching Kev since I was in middle school, and he used to stream every day on Periscope and was strictly Christian. He got the money and fame, and his character started to change. I rarely watch now. You must be talking about KevOnStage. Been watching KevOnStage. I got you. All right, so I don't have no bottoms on. So I'm gonna go ahead and piss on this breakdown. And we're gonna get it. All right, so yes it is, girl. Hold on.
Family.
Wait a minute, Ashley said, Google said booty tank.
Hilarious.
Hey girl. Another auntie. Let me show you who we dealing with before we really start cooking, right? Let me show you who we dealing with. This is Angel. This is her. This woman right here with the chapped lips and no chapstick. This is the woman that feels comfortable putting dead men's names in their mouth that they never cared for in the first place, as I illustrated and shown you in the beginning of the stream. And we can go through plenty of examples. KevOnStage is a hater of Kevin Samuels. This chick, Angel, she married, she got kids, and with all of that other type of stuff, she doing the splits with her stomach on Instagram. A bad comedian at that. Feels comfortable. Been hating for a long time. This is the type of woman that we dealing with. So I'm going to keep this in the background when we have to revisit it. This is lunch lady season. Why do lunch ladies feel compelled to have a conversation? Why? Why are lunch ladies rejoicing in a man's death and a passing? I'm amazed that all of the lunch ladies, married, not married, all of that, feel comfortable. And KevOnStage is empowering it because he feels the same way, but he don't feel comfortable enough or man enough to be able to say it out of his own mouth. So he using lunch lady with the chapstick and the bonnet, the very prototype of exactly what Kev used to talk about, to illustrate her point. Okay, cool. Let's continue then.
So I'm like, what? It ain't like if I passed away and it said Angel said he passed. That's a friend that people know would not post that I died if I did not been dead.
I surely wouldn't.
Right? No, as far as I know, I don't know Kevin Samuels' family. I don't know that his family's ever been publicized. I don't know any of his friends. It was just Kevin Samuels in the world, right? So I'm like, maybe Anton is his friend, right?
Sir, let me reiterate this one more time for you. When you say my name, you say Anton Daniels or Anton from AntonDaniels.com. Don't be speaking. Are you saying my name like we on a first name basis? Why? And then gonna hate on my homie, on the big homie on right after that? Oh my God, it's gonna be a phenomenal Thursday. I thought that this was gonna be a basic B Thursday, but apparently this is gonna be a lunch lady cook KevOnStage Thursday. And you know what the funniest part about this whole thing is? I got a whole lot to cook them on, but I'm going to just set some of this in the freezer and we going to unthaw it when necessary because we going to wait. But for right now, we going to get cooking. We going to get frying right now. No worries. Put some respect
then I
on my
believe,
name.
for me, it was Revolt was the first site with any credibility that I had
Shout
known
out to Zachary
before.
Carroll.
Right.
Actually, there's
Rejoicing
a
or being happy about
gossip
death of
the
a
city
non-Christian.
or something. Right? And
Goes
they
against
reported it. They
Proverbs
usually don't be
24:17. As a
off.
pastor, I reject the
I've got
behavior
certain
as
friends
a
and family
Christian.
who are big into the gossip world. We share secrets. The group chat is the group chat.
Oh, well, come on.
So I hit my friend. I was like, yo, this is your gossip site? They said Kevin Samuels done gone on.
So let me continue. Cousin Joey P. Joseph says, KS did a skit with an actress that regularly works with KevOnStage. Her name is Jeannie Chu. So KevOnStage is all cap. Interesting. You guys are excellent. I love my tribe. Let's continue to cook.
And she was like, yeah, that's it. And in our group chat history, this gossip site has never been wrong, right?
Cool,
So
Kev.
I'm like, dang, he probably gone on, to meet him. And maybe 15, 20 minutes later, that gospel site posted the police report. The incident call to 911.
You see these two gossip girls? He's setting the stage again. I want to emphasize to you guys what's happening here. I want to break it down. He's trying to act like he's just giving information. And what this does, I'm going to tell you the blueprint. What this does is this tries to absolve you. This tries to absolve you of the hate that you feel in your heart. But the reality is that you cannot hide it. You cannot hide the hate in your heart. It's all of the little pot shots. It's you bringing up people that got something to say on your platform and you using your name to enable all of these people and you supposed to be a Christian. That's why people hate the church, because it's the same thing that go in on the church. They be gossiping, yeah, girl, and I don't know how you know how it is. And then you got little simp, fat, pudgy people sipping in their ear talking about, yeah, I just want to be down. No worries. I got you, Kev. I got you. This is just light work right here. I'm not even going to go all the way in yet.
Which triggered me to be like, how are people getting these information?
Exactly.
Triggered.
I don't
You
even
triggered?
know where you call to get it.
I feel like you got to know somebody on the inside who's like, I'll give it to you for $300
Right.
or 3,000,
triggered.
whatever that number is.
You know what the interesting thing is? Dang, what was it? Who reached out to me? Shade Room. There's a bunch of different sites that reached out to me. And you know what's so funny? I said, nah, I don't even want to do it. Yeah, the Shade Room. Shade Room reached out to me. Shade Room was like, yo, Anton, what's up, fam? I ain't talking to the Shade Room. I ain't kicking it with them. None of that. And so the Shade Room is kicking it with your boy, asking me for different information, multiple different big sites. I said, you know what? I'm chilling though. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to kick it about it. I'm slow motion. None of that, right? I'm slow motion. Real talk. Never really mentioned it. Never said nothing about it. Don't want to talk about it. That's my dog. Not confirming. I'm giving y'all information. None of that. But he all of a sudden went on my story, sitting there in my DMs, all that type of stuff, and acting like he don't want to put no respect on my name. Okay. All right. Well, if we want to continue to do this, then we're going to continue to go down this path.
Maybe 30 minutes after that, it was on Revolt, News, which meant a lot of other blog sites of similar height and relevance were quoting that as a source, which doesn't mean they are right.
Right.
I realized, I think it's called daisy chaining. And it's basically when one person
Get
says
to it.
something,
Get
one
to it, big
news
boy.
site says something, and another site doesn't independently report that. They just say,
This
they
site
said that,
this.
right? And this is how people get
Get
things
to
wrong.
it, big dog.
the person
We don't
who told
wanna
to
keep
hear
hearing you whining
that I got a cousin in the
and
Pentagon.
Oh, my
And they're
God.
saying this and that. And to hear, he can't independently verify that. So he just tells somebody else, hey, it's my friend's cousin in the Pentagon. And then everybody's cousin in the Pentagon done said something, but nobody.
These are the type of people that's in your church. They in your pews. They in your family. We know who they are. We know that he's a chatty Patty and he's a messy Bessie. A messy Betty. And we know that she's a modern woman. She's the exact type of woman that Kev was describing. But let's continue.
Nobody worked at
Yeah, my cousin said we're
Nobody.
going into cardinal law.
Right. Right. So then Mark Lamont Hill said, I spoke to various sources, Philip Lewis. So then I'm just like, dang.
He did.
And maybe he gone. Once it was kind of confirmed, there was on Twitter basically reveling in the digital streets.
Oh,
Similar to y'all. Now, if it ain't the pot calling the kettle black, watch how these messy Bettys and chatty Patties break down Kevin Samuel's death right after they tried to call out what was happening on Black Twitter.
I'm
Dancing.
talking about people
Dancing.
pulled out kazoos.
Uh-huh.
They had cakes.
They had
baked.
bouncy houses.
They had bouncy. I mean, they were.
I bet you follow them all
This
too.
man has caused so much strife and has inflated men's heads to like they are. What was those things that used to float through the sky real big, but they blow up?
Blimps.
Yes.
That's good, Angel.
If you don't have something nice to say, Christian folk, then don't say anything at all. And then you know what the funny part is because I posted on my Instagram yesterday on my story and I said, all right, we about to bring KevOnStage and Messy Betty over here with the no chapstick. We're going to bring them to the front of the congregation, right? And people was sitting there sending me messages and they was like, no, Anton, no. Don't do it to KevOnStage. Don't bring him to the front of the congregation. Why not? Now, why shouldn't I bring my own, the people that you align with based off of character and spirituality, Christians? Why should I not bring them to the front of the congregation the same way? Because I'm not on code with anybody. I'm not protecting anybody. Why should I not bring them to the front of the congregation the same way that I brought Jamal Bryant, Vivica Fox, Diamond from the Players Club, Selena Johnson, Claudia Jordan? Why shouldn't I bring them to the front of the congregation just like everybody else? The king simp himself, Derek Jackson. What makes these self-proclaimed Christians, the same way that they said that Kevin Samuels was a self-proclaimed image consultant, maybe she's a self-proclaimed comedian because I haven't seen one funny fucking joke yet. I have not seen anything from this woman funny. Listen, I went through the all of her family videos. I looked at a lot of her different podcasts. I listened to whatever it is that she said with KevOnStage. This hussy ain't got a funny bone in her body. Riding a man's wave. And you just letting her. You just letting her paddle boat on your back. Ain't got a funny bone in her body. Ain't pretty. Okay, let me stop off of that. I'm not going to go with the personals. Ain't got a funny bone in her body, but got the nerve to talk negatively about men. She didn't even just go after Kev. She went after the men. Any man that rock with this dude? Really? That's what we doing today? That's what we doing right after he passed? That's what we got going on? Seriously? And here's the worst part about it. Shout out to my dog Chef. Says no bottoms on, easier to sit on them. Easier to sit them nuts on them fools. Oh, dripping in game. And the spirit of Jezebel and eunuchs has to be rebuked every day, B. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Why do they feel, because this is what he says. You know how men talk. I feel like. Why do they feel so comfortable talking negatively? Some of the worst, most evil people on this earth that pass away don't even get talked about negatively. They nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. But the minute that you start empowering men to become better versions of themselves, all of a sudden, married, not married, lunch ladies, all kind of women just come out of the woodwork. Hit dogs holler. Hit dogs holler. Listen. God forbid, if one of the women that I care the least about, passed away tomorrow, it would not mean anything to me. It would just be another day. I just wouldn't even speak on it. If I didn't have something positive to say about somebody and they passing, it's just common courtesy. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. But I digress. Let's continue to kick it. I'm going to let her get her beige teeth on kicking it and talking that talk.
I was like, what?
You might be the first person I ever thought who couldn't come up with the word blimp.
What's the one that blew up?
The Goodyear blimp?
No.
The Heisenberg or Heisenberg?
Yeah, I think so.
Heisenberg is Breaking Bad.
I was gonna say that
Hindenburg.
word. Hindenburg is what I was thinking of.
Look at him. You gossip queen. He just right along, keying right along with him. Hindenburg, Heidelberg, Heisenberg. Heisenberg is Breaking Bad. Heisenberg, Heidelberg. Just keying. Keying.
I know it Hindenburg.
Look at this.
Start with H and Hindenburg.
Look how happy they are.
That's the word I was looking for.
Look how celebratory this group of Christians are in a man's death. In a man's death, these are the people that are leading the forefront of what church is supposed to be. Cool. No worries. Let's continue. We got a lot more to go through.
Hindenburg. It has really had men out here truly believing that it is okay. And I mean, men were doing this stuff before him, but he really popularized it. Making women who are of a certain age or of a certain look feel as though they are worthless. So
who, you? You wouldn't happen to be talking about yourself, right? You? Ma'am. Come on. You talking about Kev was talking about you. Women of a certain age. You. Hold on. Let me pull it back up. Oh, I didn't close out that Instagram because I'm not following that. You, ma'am, with the chapped lips. So you feeling a certain type of way because men started feeling more empowered to have conversations that were conducive to their lives and align themselves with somebody that finally said what we was all thinking in the first place. Somebody finally said it, what we was all thinking about it in the first place, about what all of these angry aunties truly look like and what they really was operating like. Somebody finally called them out on their BS. Christian and sinner alike, Muslim, Buddhist, atheist, throw them all in the same pot. If you operating like this and you in your masculinity and you average at best and you move in a certain type of way and you got a lot to say about men and men's business, then this is you. This refers to you. Kev was the one that finally said, you know what? Men are tired of women on average being heavier than them. And you jumped off a bridge. You freaked out. You pulled your hair out. You said men are supposed to protect women. Well, that's exactly what we were doing. We were protecting you from yourself because we don't want you to get high blood pressure, diabetes, and then be laying on us like Resfusia and Norbit talking about, can I get some? No, we don't. No, I'm tired, boss. I'm so tired of you pinning me down on my pelvis trying to get some. I'm so tired of you telling me, can you pick me up? No, my back is hurting. My knees are hurting. My hips need to be replaced now because I keep being in a relationship with you, Resfusia. And they mad at that. So I gotta be Norbit and you gotta be Resfusia. At the very least, we need to be the same weight. But no. Every time you come through the door, Norbit. Let me pull up this chick's Instagram one more time. Norbit. What's her name is? This chick, Angel. Let me pull her up one more time. Give me a second. I just got to see for myself. Norbit! I got scared as soon as I clicked on it. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Norbit, come here, Norbit. You trying to talk to that sexy fine woman? Norbit. Jesus. Lord, have mercy. Oh my God. Now I gotta be the no, you the comedian. You the comedian. Do your worst. Shout out to Self Engineering says, I don't want her to thinking I adjusted her seat. If y'all don't know about Resfuchsia, y'all need to go and watch Norbit. Go watch Norbit and then go and watch whatever this show is. Go watch Norbit and then go back and watch whatever this show is. Let's continue. We not done. We not done. Oh, yeah. We got some cooking to do today. Ooh, y'all thought that it was over. Y'all rejoiced in his death. And you thought that that was the end of the conversation because you got these panda bears like KevOnStage empowering you and enabling you, making you feel like you are the stuff. No, you not. Not even a little bit. Shout out to cousin Joey P. Look like a chunky Tiffany Haddish. And not even as funny as Tiffany Haddish. But let's continue.
It's kind of hard to be saddened that he gone.
Yeah.
That their leader is no longer here. What are you going to do? What is high value man?
Ooh, she got all of the smoke today. Yo, Resfuchsia got all of the smoke for y'all today. Y'all gonna let her get away with this? How you doing? Y'all gonna let her get away with that? Y'all gonna let these lunch ladies, these bag ladies get away with this? Is this the, listen, I'm here to bring visibility to it. Oh, we got some crazy receipts in the vault today. I ain't even scratched the surface. We just gonna wait because I believe that people like this, people like these so-called Christians that got the most to say that rejoice in a man's death need to be held accountable even more. The Derrick Jacksons are going to do what the Derrick Jacksons are going to do. They are. They're going to. The Vivica Foxes, the lunch ladies on Cocktails with Queens, Baloney with Queens are going to do what Baloney with Queens do. We expect that from them. We know them to be that. But these is your aunties, your mamas, your great grandmamas, big mama. These are all of the women that was in your church. And they've been doing this for years. And they've been getting away with it because they've been living in the matriarchy. And they've been empowered by people like that guy. It's you, bro. You are the problem. You have empowered them. You are the ones. Listen, this is the type of guy. Let me tell y'all what this type of guy is. Let me bring him to the front of the congregation. This is the type of guy that marches with them in the slut walk. That's the type of guy he is. This is the type of guy that will go with his homegirl that just got pregnant by another guy to the clinic. He the one that's going to drive her to the clinic. This is him. This is him. This is the man that's going to get married and say, happy wife, happy life. This is the type of guy I was telling y'all about. I'm telling you, it's real, bro. It's real in the field. And don't think that just because they call on the name Jesus, that's the end of the conversation. It's not. And you can't just do what you want to do and say what you want to say just because you proclaim yourself to be Christian. That's not how it works. You actually got to live it. And you can't rejoice in a man's death and then enable other women to be able to do so on your platform, especially when you got a microphone. Because with great power comes great responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. No, Anton, don't say nothing. Anton, don't come for them because they fellow Christians just like you. We openly rebuke the devil and demonic powers in Jesus' name. How about that? This is that guy. This is that guy. Listen, this guy, he's the one He's the person. I'm going to tell you what type of guy this is. Let me tell you what type of guy this is. This is the type of guy that if you get into it with your girl and she say, I'm leaving and I'm taking the kids with me, he's the guy that's going to call her to check on her. She's not going to call him. He going to call her to check on her, and then he's going to invite her to stay over his and his wife's house. Girl, you don't need him. Make sure you come on over here and you can take our bed. That's the type of guy he is. I'm telling you, I can see it. I can spot it. It's real. It exists. We know these type of dudes, and y'all keep on letting them do this type of junk on a regular basis and think that it's cool. It's not cool. It ain't never been cool. This is the type of guy to insert himself into y'all conversation, insert himself into y'all relationship without actually doing it in front of the man, in front of the man's face. This pudgy motherfucking looking ass nigga. This is the type of guy he is. Why would you rejoice in a man's death? Why? Getting away with it for far too long. Keep on throwing shots. Keep on doing stuff. And we just keep on sweeping it under the rug. Keep on sweeping it under the rug. Keep on sweeping it under the rug. And then once we lift that rug up, we like, oh man, look at all this trash behind here. I guarantee you, there is some skeletons in this man's closet that we have not uncovered yet. Please don't get me on the snoop. Please don't get me paying attention and going all over. It be the ones that hate on you the most. The ones that hate on you the most, that got the most to say. Man, watch these Christians, bro. Watch these Christians, bro. Let's continue.
What are you going to do? That sounds, first of all, it sounds like a generic drink.
High value man?
High value.
Let me get that high value man.
That's most extraordinary.
Listen
That's
to this
Dos
guy.
A high value man sounds like I couldn't afford the Pepsi, but I got the high value pop.
That's the Shasta.
Look at him. Look at him giggling. Look at him giggling like a little schoolgirl over in the background. Let me get the high value man. Let me get the high value man. The man's family hadn't even buried him yet. And this is the type of conversations that's being had on the internet by these so-called Christians. Is this y'all king? Is this y'all king? Please, no. I see y'all talking to Anton. Y'all two should talk. Why? Why? Why do I have to talk? Listen, you ain't got. Listen. Let me tell you the difference between me and them, and then we gonna finish cooking this video. Let me tell you the difference between me and your traditional Christian, right? I don't align with people just because they Christian and they married they high school sweetheart or a virgin or anything like that. That's not it. I don't even care what your past is as long as you continue to try to push and evolve and become the best version of yourself. It's not just aligning with other Christians. It's aligning with other people that's trying to become the best version of themselves. Listen, I don't care what you are. I don't care what your sexual orientation is with you. I don't care what you've done in your past. Me and Daryl Long, which some people considered him my arch enemy, I never did. Me and Daryl just a couple days ago just chopped it up. No grudges, no nothing. Yo, we cool, fam. I rock with you. I love you or whatever. Daryl said, you know what? I'm moving in a different direction. Now, guess what? I align with him because it's not just aligning with people that's proclaiming themselves to be of a certain ilk. It's aligning itself with people that want to become the best version of themselves. You think Jesus came here to go and kick it with all of the Christians? No, he ran into the church. He turned the table over and he said, what is y'all doing in here? Y'all don't even got no business doing this in here. Y'all think that this is cool? Y'all think this is cool by y'all? That ain't what this is. We out here to do the work. We out here to pour into people. We out here to give back. We out here to show you that the church is not a building. A building is an opportunity for people to come together. The church is here. It's how you live your life. It's what you do after you read the Bible. It's what you do after you get the sermon. How do you live your life? They're not living a life as a reflection of the things that we're taught on a regular basis, and we got to call that out. Now, if they come back to the front of the congregation and they say, you know what, I did it wrong, I apologize, then we going to do it the same way that I did Jamal Bryant, and I'm going to say, you know what, I can rock with that, because none of us are perfect, and all of us have done things, and we all need to be called to the front of the congregation, because none of us are above reproach. But to sit here and act like just because he moved a specific way that we can't call out bad behavior is short-sighted. And I'm not the one. I'm not the one. I'm not it. I'm not Mr. Feel Good, ignore everything. I'm an equal accountability partner, and I'm willing to even bring myself to the front of the congregation and apologize. That's who I am. That's how we all should be. That's what we're preached. That's what the words say. First, get the beam out of your own eye before you start holding other people. What are you doing celebrating and laughing and giggling and kiki and ha-ha over another man's death with a non-funny comedian right by your side? And we just supposed to just skip over that? Why? Because he's KevOnStage. And he's made a living off of 80% of the church of black. This ain't no different than what they do in the church. And this is why it ain't no men in church, except for people like him.
Yes.
The shot stuff, man.
You
Now, speaking of high
Walmart.
value man, here's rumor.
Come on, give it to me.
No, actually not rumored. All the things said that he passed away in an apartment he was subleasing or subletting.
Of course.
Which,
Of course. I hate these hoes. I'm just going to be absolutely honest with you. And listen, I'm not here to make you feel good again. I'm not here to try to tell you, how you should feel. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. I hate these hoes. They aggravate me so much. It bothers my spirit that they feel comfortable having these conversations, A, with false information, and then B, celebrating Kiki and Ha-Han with this simp ass motherfucker right up top or on top of me. Aggravates me. It really does aggravate me. I know who that is. I grew up watching Franklin the Turtle. Y'all so ignorant. Y'all are the most ignorant things ever. Oh my God. Shout out to Bernard Sweeting says, what's crazy, I remember a past stream KevOnStage show where he referred to himself as a high value man and referenced Kevin Samuels too. Wild. But you know what happens? He's seen the sentiment on Twitter, and he thought that the outrage was going to go in one direction, but the wave is blowing. You know how when the forest fires and stuff, the wind can quickly sway the fire. And so just because you align yourself with a group of women that's celebrating in his death, don't absolve you, because you're the one that's empowering them. Aggravates me. Oh, you came to cook. I told y'all. I said it's they time. We not walking past anything. We not going to sit here and play this game. We not going to act like you didn't say what you said. Haters and the highest level of hate. Because these are the ones that throw rocks and hold their hands.
I will just say, I thought that because he was always high value man, he was the high value man. I thought he would have, maybe he had multiple homes and he just happened to be up in the apartment. But I know the prices of the homes here in Los Angeles. I know the prices of the homes there in Atlanta.
Whenever you hear a man say but, they throwing shade. Yo, I think you a cool dude, but yo, I appreciate you what you did for me, but here come the shade. Here come the shade room. Right out of his mouth. You know what the Bible say? The Bible say that you can kill somebody with your tongue. You can kill their reputation. You can kill their person. You literally can destroy somebody with your tongue. And the worst part about it is he not even here to defend himself. And you got this turtle-looking motherfucker that feel comfortable enough to just say this egregious stuff, and we just gonna let it rock and get away with it, and that's just the end of the conversation. This is y'all guy. It's y'all guy.
If you was a high value man living in Atlanta, you probably should.
Let me Google this really quickly. Give me a second. So Kev died on May 5th. This clip, which means it was recorded prior to that, this clip was released on May 7th. Means that it was recorded prior to that and released on May 7th. So you saying the clip was released less than 48 hours, which means it was recorded prior to. The clip was released less than 48 hours after the man passed, and this is the kiki and ha-ha that y'all doing.
Should have been in a home. From the way you were speaking about high value men, I assume you were of the ilk of the high value.
This is KevOnStage. Yo, if it's a lie, if this is a deep fake, I will come back and apologize and say I got wrong information. If this is somebody with a KevOnStage mask on that's imitating KevOnStage, talking negatively less than 48 hours after Kevin passed away, along with his co-host that he's enabling on his platform, I will come back and apologize. I will say, you know what? Somebody had a really good deep fake, and you and this pudgy woman, Resfuchsia, is on this platform having a conversation, speaking very, very negatively about Kev. That wasn't you. I apologize. But if you sitting here, because he waited for her to do it, and then he piled it on, and he piled it on, and he continued to throw it all on top of it. If this is not KevOnStage, I will come back and apologize. I promise you. I will get on this camera. I will spend one whole live stream apologizing. This is y'all guy, the Christian comedian. Giggle, giggle, laugh, laugh. If he was a high value man, wrong information, bad jokes, horrible co-hosts, everything around about this is wrong. Everything about this is wrong. And y'all keep trying to tell me not to deal with it accordingly. No, we're going to bring it to the front of the congregation and we're going to cook. That's what we do here. Shout out to Lucid Experience. Says KevOnStage always seemed like a panderer to me. Oh, he is. When you sense something, you got to pay attention to it. This confirms that instead of talking about a dead man, he should be working on his struggle in studio.
You remember he used to shoot in that little dark corner with the light not even on him?
Yeah, I don't.
Where you high value lights?
It's called ambiance, ma'am. It's called setting the mood. Oh, Jesus, God. Y'all about to make me just go ahead and do my part too. Because I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient. And I'm going to hope that things go the way that they supposed to go after we do this live stream. But if we don't get the results that we want, then we going to have to go ahead and go blood red part 2. And I got a flight to catch tomorrow. Yep, I got a flight to catch tomorrow. Guess where? No, I'm not going to talk about it. No, I'm not going to kick it. No, I'm not going to vlog none of it or none of that. But I got a flight to catch tomorrow. It's some people that's still bothered by what's going on and what happened. Right after I do my live stream tomorrow, I got a flight to catch. Kiki and Haw-Hawn having a good old time. Shout out to cousin Joey P. Says KS recorded net worth was said to be $4 million. Listen, if you think Kevin was only worth $4 million, you are insane. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Turn up the Kelvin, because it's too low. I don't want to revel over a man's death.
You just did. Oh, my God. You just did for a whole episode revel over a man's death. You celebrated it. You practically blew up balloons and you had a bouncy house in there. You just did. These are the things that Christians do when they think that just because they say that last statement right after they got done killing somebody's reputation, right after they start talking junk, and listen, this ain't even the first time. They've been talking junk a long time. And then right after that, they had a lot to say. You just did. Hypocrite at its finest. And you know what they're going to go on and do? They're going to go on and keep on water waving and keep on being a court gesture for y'all. Hey, guys, look at my hands. Even though I'm saying a bunch of stuff over here that's unsavory, look at my hands. Look, I'm the nice Christian guy.
He added nothing to the world but hatred.
Look at this silly motherfucker that's over here giggling and kikiing right after she said some stuff like that. Let's go back.
Man's death. How too low. I don't want to revel over a man's death. However, he added nothing to the world but hatred.
So, let's put them back up here. Because before I started having this conversation, y'all said, Anton, I don't know if they did a bad thing. I haven't seen what they said. But, it got to be something that makes sense because this is KevOnStage. He don't do that. He don't do that. He don't do it. On one side, you got the panda bear, Tyson the turtle. On the other side, you got the modern woman, Resfusia. Again, who's more egregious? Listen, this is what we gonna do. I want you to put a 1 in the chat if you think that the panda bear, Tyson the turtle, or a 2 in the chat if you think that the modern woman, Resfusia, is more egregious. Tyson the turtle 1, Resfusia 2. Tyson the turtle 1, Resfusia 2. Somebody, anybody, help me to understand who's more egregious as Christians with the cross right in the middle of them on the back of them. Give me 1. No. 1 or 2. Tyson the turtle or Resfusia. Which one you think is more egregious and which one do you think need to be held more accountable? Let's see. Got a lot of 2s, got a 1s, 1 and 2. Both of them. Y'all said both of them. I see a lot of, it's a mix. It look like it's close to a tie up in here. Tyson the turtle or Resfusia, 1 or 2? Interesting. Shout out to Cousin Joey P. I only posted the recorded net worth so people can see that even Google knew he was at least a millionaire. I would think he is worth more. Bruh, the mockery in this dialogue is absolutely sickening. I used to like KevOnStage, but now I'm done. I used to like him too. I thought he was a nice little fat man. Listen, I can say that because Anton is out here struggling when it comes to getting the weight together. I'm out here dying. We gonna get it. But that does not excuse, listen, we can't have 2 overweight men that proclaim themselves to be Christians out here killing the dead man's legacy. One of us got to hold each other accountable. I'm going to hold Tyson the turtle accountable, and I'm definitely going to hold Resfusia accountable. And let's be clear, I'm not quite as big as him. I got some sexiness on me. I'm getting it together. I'm out here getting it together. All right. Okay. So this is what we going to do. All right. We going to let them breathe. Because once you listen, I don't know if y'all used to whooping y'all kids. Oh, it's getting nice. You see the cuff. Look, my wife beater, even my wife beater say, listen, Anton, you're getting it together. You out here putting the weights up. You out here losing the weight. You over here eating vegan and vegetarian. You out here making sure you're putting away the carbs and eating fruits and vegetables. Look at the crease. Oh yeah. It's getting sexy. It's getting sexy. It's getting sexy. Yo, don't let me start spitting bars. Don't let me start spitting bars. It's getting sexy. It's getting sexy. I'm out here looking like a snack. These females celebrated Kevin's death more than Osama bin Laden. We gonna get there. We gonna get there, ladies and gentlemen. But the one thing that we not gonna do is we not gonna ignore it. We not gonna ignore the bad behavior. We not gonna keep acting like Christians don't sin too. Don't worry. Part 2 is optional. Part 2 is optional. It's conditional. The one thing that I learned about the Bible, get these centers off my screen. The one thing I learned about the Bible is that everything is conditional. It's just like a computer program. It's an if-then statement. If we don't get any more egregious behavior, if we do the right thing, if we go about representing of what Christianity really is, then part 2 goes away. It's as simple as that. You have my word on that. But let me hear a peep out of Rest. Let somebody send me a video that Rest Future came out here like, Norman, let me find out. KevOnStage, you better man up. You better put some backbone in your body. You better start getting yourself together, and you better start getting your people together. They should not be out of order. If she's out of order and she's doing it on your platform, I'm holding you accountable, and part 2 is coming. Now, test me. I'm gonna make a whole series about this. Trust me. And I don't go away because you can't censor me. I'm already a millionaire. Right? It's up to you. And that's how you deal with Simps. That's how you deal with it. You don't play no games. You don't mince words. You just tell them directly. Shout out to my people over in Canada. A donation to the barbecue fund from Submissive in No Man's Land. Shout out to Rad in the 6 is in the building. It's up to you. We can play this however you want to play it, but I am God's darkest angel. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in again to the Millionaire Morning Show, for supporting me, for supporting the platform, and for continuing to allow me to serve you and do the work. If you have not already, make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. The link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. If you need to kick it with me personally, make sure you tap in with me, Anton Daniels 413@gmail.com. My assistant will get you scheduled on my calendar. Or you can go to my website, AntonDaniels.com. Make sure you hit a like on your way out the door because my likes is a little low today. Hit a like on your way out the door. Subscribe for the algorithm. I love you. I appreciate you. Keep sending me these videos because we got work to do. Follow me on all platforms. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat. No, leave Snapchat out. TikTok. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. No more mercy. We putting pressure on everybody. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I need y'all to do me one more thing before we get up out of here. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. We don't want to be rich by ourselves. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for continuing to hold me down. And I am going to continue to give you everything you need to get your morning started off straight. Subscribe to this platform, Fight Club, and then my original Anton Daniels channel.